Hello everyone, my name's Lost and welcome back. So today I think that we are going to get damage dealing in and we'll get death animations in as well, just so that we can kill the enemy. But first we need to change something because I made a slight mistake. So in here you can just go ahead and delete this because we're going to get the global enemy some other way, because the problem with this is, and I'll show you, is that let's just imagine that there's like 5 enemies here, right? And we're saying that when this creates itself, the global attack square, whatever's on it becomes the global enemy. So if there's multiple enemies, it could be any of them. So that's obviously not right. So we're gonna fix that. And also the other issue is that, oops. Also, that is a bit of a glitch. We should have it so that you cannot click another character while you're moving, because we only have one navigation script and we only have one path, so it bugs it up. But we'll fix that soon. But yeah, look, they're overlapping the move squares. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There'll be like 5 squares there, and there should only be 1. So we'll fix that. Right. So first of all, let's just delete this because we don't need it. Okay. And the next thing we need to do is, hold on, this is my other project, just getting it so that I can remember what I have to write in here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that there's not a collision with an attack square there, but we're not going to write it like this. We're going to nest each of these if statements, because it's slightly more efficient, I do believe. So, what we want to do, and I'll just do it for the first one so that you can see, and then I'll copy and paste the rest in. But it's going to be something like this. So you're going to want to say if instance position, so if not meeting at x32 y, and if we're not meeting with an object attack square, then it can go ahead and create this. Okay, it's as simple as that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it for the rest of them, so I will just be one moment. And there we go, that's that. That should work nicely. Just feel free to pause the video and copy that in. And this is the attack squares fixed, so they will no longer overlap. So now we need to choose how we get the global enemy, right? And the way that we do that is we need to go into our script, play turn, and we're going to say that when we right click the attack square, this is where we will get the global enemy, and we'll just say maybe something like global enemy equals instant position, and then mouse X, mouse Y, and obviously it will be a par. Did we say enemy? Yeah, par enemy. So there, we now have, and obviously then you can, instead of the global enemy just being a random person that has an attack square on it, it will actually be the one you click, which obviously makes a lot more sense. But actually, is it even the global enemy? Is that the variable we're using? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, great. So that's that. Now we need to go into our melee. Actually, first of all, let's not do that. We need a new create event, and we need some stats. And we're going to have an attack, and for right now I'm just going to have it as 50, and defense we're going to have as 100. Not 50, 100. And this is going to be a little bit randomized, like the attack, and we'll deal with that in a minute. We're just going to use basic combat stats for this. I don't want to get into like massive algorithms to deal with this sort of stuff, but if you want to make this more complicated, then by all means feel free to. And then if you do, I'd like to see it, whatever you do. So yeah, just let me know if you do that. But anyway, you can just go ahead and copy that and put it in here, and it should, yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add the spearman death animation. There we go. So you will have to, again, I know I say this every time, but you won't actually have to deal with this this part here because it'll already be done, and I believe it needs to be 12 and 13. Good stuff. Let's just trim it. And I think it wants to be around about there. That'll do. And now we can go ahead and just add the death anim. And you can just go ahead and copy this. In fact, you can copy all of these and just put them in the spearmans here. There we go. So let's actually deal with damage now, shall we? So what we're going to want to do is, as you can see, I've already done it, but let's just talk through it. Yeah, so this is going to want to be in this sort of section here. We're going to need to say, and also we need a new variable, come to think of it. Let's just put it down here and just put global damage del. Just because we're not just going to take off HP. We're gonna get the game to show that damage has been done. So we're gonna have like a disappearing text that shows us that we've dealt damage. So like it'll float up and gradually it'll just disappear. Because I think that's always quite a cool little effect to put in, and it's actually very simple to do as well. So it's kind of effective really. But yeah, let's just go with this. So we'll say global dot damage dealt equals, and remember when we're in the melee script, I should just explain this real quick. When we're in the melee scripts down here, we're with the global selected. So the global selected is identified, right? So that means we don't to get his attack and defense, we don't have to put global.attack or global.selected.attack rather. We can just put attack because we are controlling this particular object here in this script. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't. I think it does. But the damage dealt is going to be an integer random up to his attack. So that his attack can be anywhere from 0 to 50, right? And then we're going to say global dot enemy dot defense is going to minus the global damage dealt. And we're also going to create an object in a second. Create. But let's just finish this up real quick. So we're going to say if global.enemy.defense is less than 0 or equal to 0, then it will change his sprite index to the global enemy.deathanim. So we can, so obviously he's dead there. But this is the interesting bit here. This is where we're going to, in fact, I know I'm all over the place here, but before we do that, go into the object spearman and we're just going to create his death sequence in here. So we'll just say if, now it may not be in here forever. We may actually make like a proper script for this, and I can put it in a script so that they all don't have a step event. But for right now, we're just going to do it like this, just to get it off the ground. So we're going to say if sprite index is death on him, and we'll say if image index is bigger or equal to 14, because there's 15 images in his animation. So if it's basically if it's the last one, then we'll just say instance destroy, and then obviously he's dead at that point. So let's create the new object to deal with the damage, or to show it on screen. It's going to look something like this. So let's get that done real quick. So we'll just call it object damage dealt, and you're going to want a create event. And I'm going to have to open my other one because I can't remember what I wrote in here. Oh, there's only 2 anyway. So yeah, just pop them in there like that. And let's have a look. Okay, good. So pop them in there, and then we're going to need a draw event. And in here, it's just going to displays the damage, then destroys itself. So alpha, you want plus equal 0.01, and this is just going to expect the impact the speed at which the text disappears, and the Y position is going to obviously determine how far it moves up. So essentially want to do this, draw text color. I don't know if there's any other ways you can do this, like if you look here, because we need to control the alpha. You can do it this one. No, this seems to be the best one for what we're using, just because we need to be able to control the alpha, like I said. So we're going to say x minus 8, just because that's roughly the centre of where the character is going to be, I've found. And then we'll say y is going to minus the y position, which obviously changes every frame, so it should be moving up. And it will display the global damage dealt. And then you just want zeros in all of these C's, which stand for colour. And then the alpha is going to be 1 minus the alpha. So the variable we made, that's going to plus equal 0.01. And then we're just underneath, we're going to say if alpha is 1, and then we're going to say instance destroy. So let's see if that worked. It should do. Yeah, I don't think I've missed anything. This should be alright. Right, let's check it out. I wish I hadn't. I should have moved him closer, but whatever. Let's see. So does it work? Oh no, of course it won't work yet because are we creating the? No, of course it won't, because we're not actually creating the damage objects. Well, that was a bit of a dare, but let's do that now. So instance create, and let's just put it at the global enemy x and the global enemy y, and it is object damage dealt. Good stuff. Right, now it should work. And I should really move these people closer, shouldn't I? But whatever. Let's check this out. Ah, there we go. 41. Will he die? 14 this time. 33. 7. There we go. And he's dead. I think he died a little bit quick. He died slightly too fast. So the way that we would go about fixing that is we will say, just in here, we'll just give it a title. Just put death code. Or death sequence, if you like. Actually, you just want to be in here. You just want to be in here, and we just want to say global.enemy.image index equals 0. And now, when he dies, he shouldn't. It shouldn't be that quick. So let's check it out. Yeah. And obviously we'll make this random eventually. Like you'll notice that it's all the same damage values as it was last time. That's because we're not actually using the randomized script, but we'll sort that out soon. There we go. We died properly. But yeah, I think that will do us for this episode, guys. I think in the next episode we will make it so that we'll make it like we'll start making it proper turn-based now. So, so that you can only attack once in a turn rather than attacking as many times as we do. Maybe you can only move. Oh no, I guess you can move until you've used all your movement points. That's fine. But you can only attack once in a turn. Things like that. We'll get a ranged unit in here. And yeah, now, maybe after we've got the ranged unit, we'll create a really basic AI, just so we can have a little game against the computer. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.